guess just first update everybody on what you've been up to since we've seen you last.
When have you seen me last?
Oh my gosh, the last time you fought.
Yeah, in March.
March.
Just been training, licking my wounds, and feeling good overall. Getting in shape, ready to take a fight soon. I'm waiting to get an offer, and excited about the launch on Sunday of the show.
Yeah, so can you tell me about the show? What's it called and what's kind of the premise of it?
So it's called the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship. It's season 2. Season 1, was great. I watch it on YouTube. It's got 8 million views or something. It's really fun, and I was excited about doing it. And basically, it's self-defense challenges. They put you in all kinds of crazy situations. And the funny thing is, we filmed it almost a year ago, but since the producer had long COVID, it took him a long time to edit it and get it all together. And it's like keeping a secret for a year of everything that happened in there, all the crazy situations we've been put through. So it's exciting for everybody to finally see, what went down.
Is it going to air on YouTube again?
Yeah, it's going to be on YouTube. First episode is launching this Sunday. And after that, it's one episode every week. I think it's 7 or 8 episodes long.
So is it something where you can be, is it kind of, I'm going to say tough because the people who are watching are going to understand, do you get eliminated at an end of an episode, or do you go the whole season? Or how
you go the whole season.
Okay.
They had one system for the last season. Anybody can watch it now on YouTube, and it's really fun. I recommend it. And for this season, they changed the rules a little bit. But basically, it's day after day of challenges, and you just get scored pretty much based on your performance, next to the other performances. Because sometimes, you're doing, I really don't want to spoil it, but sometimes you put in a challenge that's almost impossible. Nobody's going to survive it or barely, but you still got to somehow rank who did the best. So this is how they did it on this season.
Did they reach out to you, or did you reach out to them? How did the opportunity come about?
So they posted, the guy who produces it, his name is Rakas. He has a huge YouTube channel about martial arts. So I already did a couple interviews with him. And one day he posted a photo of everybody in gear with helmets and everything, and people with knives. And he wrote they're filming some sort of challenge. I commented, looks fun. And after the first season aired, he reached out to me and was like, hey, actually, if you're interested, we're doing a second season. And I jumped in.
I know you probably can't tell us anything about too many details, but what was the hardest part of the process?
Hardest part, I think it's a little bit like in the fights, because before the fight, the unknown. When you're fighting, you're exchanging punches and kicks. It's what you do every day. You're pretty comfortable, relatively. But when you're in the back, you have no idea. Am I going to win? Am I going to lose? Is this going to happen? Am I, what's going to happen in the first 10 seconds? Is he going to come out aggressive or not? So many thoughts run through your head. And it was very similar because you're behind stage. You have, gloves, a helmet, and you're going to walk into a room. You could get attacked. Maybe it's something that you can actually just de-escalate and get points by not fighting. You could get jumped by 10 people, one person with a knife, 5 bears. I don't know. Anything can happen. So you're just standing there kind of nervous, and you see your competitors, leaving the room, because we enter in a certain order, and some of them are limping. Some's got they're roughed up. So it just kind of starts building the nerves, and you don't know what's gonna go down until you're in there.
That's crazy. And I imagine anything that you do for the rest of your life, you're gonna be representing Israel. I mean, it just is what it is. So
yeah.
Does that add pressure to you, especially in a time like right now where it's really important to be representing your country?
I am always representing Israel, and I'm proud to do it. Sometimes it adds some pressure, but that's okay. I feel in the MMA world, I had to leave Israel to go to a different country, to America, and risk everything, because there was no MMA in Israel. So there was no sport, there was no like not enough coaching, not enough teammates to train with. But here on the show, I actually felt like Israel gave me the experience I needed for the show, because Israel can be a rough place and there's wars, and sometimes you gotta be, ready to fight or ready to defend yourself, or vigilant to see that there's no like anybody suspicious. So sometimes there's gonna be like warnings that there could be a suicide attack or something like that. You know, you're not just walking in the street with your headphones, looking at your phone, and like you gotta be like aware of your surrounding. You gotta be like vigilant. So I feel like that a lot of it, life in Israel, actually helped me prepare for the challenges.
Has it been difficult? Because I know MMA fans are ruthless. They're ultimate trolls. I mean, they're
Yeah.
mean. Like, you could be on the top of the world and they'd still find something to make fun of you for, or to get on your ass about. Like, has it been harder because of the war? Like, have fans been worse than you've experienced, or?
I don't know if I'd call it fans.
Well, right.
The maggots definitely show themselves, but it's okay. I don't really care. I know there's like a lot of negativity, but there's also a lot of positivity, and I look at the positive. And if I go out and fight, whether I win or I lose, for me it's about going out there and fighting, and that's what my fans appreciate about me, and they're happy that I'm fighting and representing. So whoever talk shit from the computer at home, behind the keyboard, on Twitter, spreading my name, spreading photos of me fighting, no matter the outcome, and videos and all that stuff, they're just helping me get famous and making me money.
Can you? And you mentioned that you're kind of waiting on a fight. Do you have like a timeline of when you think that might happen, or a goal that you'd like to fight by, or even an opponent or anything like that?
I'd love to fight November. I think that's the perfect timeline. If it needs to be December, that's all right. If maybe end of October I get an opportunity, I'd love to jump on it. I feel like a lot of, some mistakes that I've made was maybe take a fight because I want to fight so bad. Then maybe I got, an opportunity that's not perfect, but I still went for it. I feel like now, at least as far as timing, I do want it to be perfect. And for me, perfect is November and later.
What about CGI? I saw you at CGI watching. What did you think of that?
I think it was amazing. Great show. Craig Jones made it like super entertaining. The rule set. I think the fights were good. My coach Andy Varela was competing, so it was a great time. I went to ADCC as well. Just felt different. Felt a little bit more like, for the first day at least, more like an IBJJF tournament. I had pretty good seats at CJI, so ADCC I was kind of in the nosebleeds, but it was like people fighting on different mats at the same time. I understand there's a lot more competitors, but it was a different vibe. CJI felt like an MMA event, like one fight, everybody's watching, and they're going for it.
Is that ever something you've considered doing, like maybe the UFC Fight Pass Invitational?
I'd love to do it. I'd love to grapple. I think I'm pretty good at it. And now I've been like, getting back to it and sharpening up all my tools. I feel like sometimes we get caught up in the MMA world when like you got to mix everything together. And that's true. A lot of times people just do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu and they can't mix it, so they can't win fights even when they're better at all these different disciplines. But when you overmix and you don't sharpen your weapons one by one, this can also hurt your style. So I feel like now I found a better balance of like some training is mixed, but some training is still Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, sharpen those weapons, and then you put them all together.
And last question, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out, like an upcoming Israel fighter or somebody you're helping train, somebody that you think could see in the UFC someday?
Yeah, I mean, we have Eli Barzilai. He's now 5-0. He's got his last win by KO in the LFA. I think it's time for him to get a contenders fight soon or some sort of opportunity. I know 5-0 is a little bit maybe early. If the opportunity comes up, like when I was 5-0, 2 days notice, I took a contenders fight and won. I believe Eli can do the same. But if we need to wait one more year, couple more fights, we'll go and get those wins. And Shimon Smatritsky, also like a little brother to me, he's got like, I don't know, 10-2 or something like that, 23-year-old. These two losses are on contenders from 3 years ago. So I think he's evolved a lot, grew up, matured, got stronger, got better. He's on a 3-fight win streak since his last contenders loss. So I think it's time to give him an opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.